Welcome one and all to this edition of Branded After Dark. I am Branded, ready to have a fun-filled night with music, promotions, interviews, and callers, and people that's big True fans. Definitely gonna get a taste of what's in store and what's to come, and I'm looking forward to holler at my man Jon Jon in a sec. But I want to welcome all y'all people out there, big, strong fans of the people that's been fans of the station for almost 9 years, but people that's big fans of Troop. I mean, you know, I've been a Troop fan, and I remember going back in the day, like, to get the first Troop tape. Like, I mean, not CDs. It was before CDs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Me and Jon Jon go back like tapes. You know what I mean? So it's going to be fun talking to him, seeing what's good. I know they got a new project out. Jon Jon definitely want to make sure he puts it out and promotes his grind. I'm proud of that dude. I'm just proud that Jon Jon and the fellas is pretty much just continuing the Troop legacy, and I just think that's a good look because there's so many people out there as far as, you know, groups or, you know, people out there that, you know, has like timeless music, but it's hard to get them together for whatever reason. And then, you know, unfortunately, you know, time takes away so many of us too. And, you know, they passed on and things like that or whatever. So, you know, it's good that you can be able to get a group, have a group that's still here, and that can still be able to push forward and continue to do music. Because, I mean, I know it's a hard grind. So I know a lot of people out there is really, really, you know, it's time that we just really take our art form back and just make sure that we all appreciate it. So, you know, that's what we all about tonight. So, you know, all you listeners out there, I appreciate it. All you people overseas from 92.3 to Beat in Japan, I appreciate it. Always continuing and consistent listeners, and I definitely got a lot of love for it. So as we push on with Branded After Dark, in memory of my late co-host, Sweet Aaron, I am Branded, so we definitely going to make sure we shout her out, obviously. But we just going to have some fun tonight. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what we all about right now. Like I said, Troop is definitely, you know, with a project on the horizon, I'm definitely making sure that we shout out the group and, you know, multiple groups out there that's pushing that line, doing it big. So, you know, we're gonna celebrate and have some fun. So log in, y'all, 713-955-0720, the number, press 1, and be heard and go. So I think I got my man Jon Jon on, too. Let me make sure I got this mic'd up and on. Branded After Dark. Jon Jon, what's good?
I be here, my brother. I am here.
What's up? What's up, brother, man?
Oh, man, you know, I'm here, man. I'm just, you know, happy and glad to be here, you know, on this Resurrection Day. Happy Easter to everybody. Happy Resurrection Day to everybody. It is what it is. I am here. I heard you earlier talking about how we go way back with cassettes. I'm going to truly say that I truly believe that we are the last of one of the groups that was to come out while a 45 was still available to get.
That's right. That's right.
We had our singles from that were 45 was Mamacita, My Heart, Still in Love.
Mm-hmm.
Those records had 45, man, and I still have them. So that is just the proof and the test of time on how long that an artist can be around and and to still come out and do shows and concerts, you know, may have you and, you know, and release songs out there on Google Play, iTunes, Rhapsody, Amazon, all of that type of stuff. And that's what we're doing right now today.
Amen to that. And hey, Jon Jon, we're gonna take it way back. If you're gonna say you got 45, I still got the tape of the very first album, man. And I got the Mamacita 45 right here with me. Has never left me. Moved a couple of times, but I still, hey man, I hold on to that like gold, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
that's what we do.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what's up.
Indeed. Well, I'm glad you're here. You know what I'm saying? I know you know Kevin and his boys, Mac 4. I know you guys have connected and stuff like that as well. So, Kev, go ahead and say your hello, sir, before I ask Jon Jon a couple questions.
Hey,
how's it going, sir?
I'm doing all right, man. I was about to ask you the same thing. How's it been, man?
Good evening.
All right.
Kev You got the kids as well hanging out also. So I'm gonna ask you this, John, because I feel like this. I mean, with Truth having another project out, and I know you guys have continued to stay active in this business and stuff like that. I mean, first question is really an obvious one, and it may sound cliche, but I mean, what's keeping y'all motivated as far as putting out projects and doing y'all thing right now in this day and age of entertainment?
I believe that has a lot to do with the fans, and it's like also too. It's like each and every time that New Edition, when they get ready and they start doing concerts and they start putting out records and stuff, it actually kind of like charges our fans and it charges us at the same time. It's like they provoke us to do what we do, and to keep that good R&B music around still.
And I feel like this. I mean, and you mentioned you are a part of a great legacy of, I feel like, musicians, groups that have, withstood the test of time. And when I say that, like, perfect point by you saying the fans want y'all. The fans love y'all. We love y'all. In media, we definitely need y'all. So, in this day and age where it's just so many people, it's just, I know music is treated different than how it was when y'all first broke out. But to know you still have consistent fans and the fact that they still want y'all to continue to make product, it's a good feeling, right?
It's a great feeling, and that's what helps us to keep us, going on the way that we do. They still want to hear from us. They like that, that real soulful R&B music, and they call on us. So it's like, we just answer the call. We show up and we do, what God called us to do, get up on that stage and perform, get in that studio and, do these songs and keep it moving. And even though R&B has changed, it's okay. And we do have maybe a couple of tunes that are like this new style of R&B, but we're still keeping it R&B because of the way how we are as vocalists, so we still keep it R&B, and that's just what it's gonna always be and continue, because that's all we know, as far as on how we do our vocals. Even though the music may be a little bit different, but the singing style that we have is it's still soulful, it's still R&B, so it's always going to come across that way.
I tend to say, too, when it comes to tradition, a lot of people kind of set a standard like you guys have and the people before y'all have as well. I mean, not just the Jacksons and, other groups and so on and so forth prior to that. But it's just, it's not just a group thing. It's just a moment, because I guarantee y'all, you get on stage and you don't need extra pyroglyphics and, a lot of females, buck naked in the background, you know what I mean, to get attention. The attention is really on the band and on the group and on the music that's made, right? Y'all don't need all that extra stuff.
Absolutely. I think that's just pretty much and see, we've never had that type of stuff anyway. I think the biggest thing that we've ever had was probably some fog, and we had maybe the searchlights or whatever. We had a few of those, and that was really basically it. We never had the pyrotechnic, the techno type of stuff. We never had that type of stuff, and I think if we would have ever had stuff like that, I think it kind of would have taken away, because what happens is that you're more into that pyrotechnical stuff than you are the performance, and it's okay to use it. And I think it's just okay to use it at certain times, like within a song or something like that, and then you just keep it moving from there.
Yeah, and it's not one of those particular type of situations where okay, I need this to be able to get the crowd off their feet. Because I've seen some of y'all performances, and I've seen and I was looking on YouTube and I looked at an Anita Baker concert, and all you had was just Anita Baker and her band, and she had everybody off their seat. You know what I mean? I looked at some of the footage you guys had at certain concerts, and all y'all had was y'all band and you guys up front, and you had everybody off their feet. So it's kind of like when you look at certain things and you look at just the day and age of people want that shock value moment, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really have to be about that, though, right?
Not really at all. It doesn't. I mean, the first thing what a fan does is that, they'll go to the store or have, download the songs and all that type of stuff. They do that, and the first thing that the fan does is they listen to the music. They're not really paying attention on what they would think what that artist would do on stage. So they don't see that. What they do is they just experience the music, the lyrics, and, and the vocal sounds of the artist. That's what they go off of, and that's what they experience. And that's what they expect to see when they go and see that artist on stage.
Amen to that.
The other stuff is pretty much just the icing on the cake, if that happens.
Right.
Which means necessarily it doesn't really have to happen.
Very true. Because it, and I've Jon Jon, I come from that age, man, where it's just, we never had all that extra stuff. It was never part of the DNA. It was just your talent, your band behind you, and shout out to the real bands doing real things too. The band, the group, the music, and the moment, that was it. Like, we didn't need all the extra. And to me, I think that's where, the lack of passion and appreciation, I feel like, in certain generations is lacking. But I feel like this, like when there's you guys still putting music out, and you have, people can check the history, go back to the music. People can, see that, and they, they did their damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Not just back then, but now.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's, like, super important. And we got Jon Jon of Troop is my guest on Branded After Dark. Kev, I'll let you and the boys ask a couple questions, man. Go for it.
How you doing again?
All right.
First question, what's your best experience while on tour? What was your best experience?
You said what was, like, our best experience on tour?
While on tour, yeah.
I think just going out on stage in front of a packed house, having those butterflies in the beginning of a show, and then, once that music kicks in and you hear the fans with the, with the yelling and screaming, and that's when basically the butterflies disappear. And we just always just had a good time on stage. So I just think that, pretty much the best times of having, like, the best experiences out there on tour is, going out there with a packed house and everybody's there for you, and, and they're just excited to be there, and, and to watch and to hear your show. That's, to me, that's just, that's the biggest, ever imagined. And, I still experience that even still to this day, being able to go out in front of a packed house and do what we do.
Second question, how long does it take to write and record a song?
Sometimes it could take pretty much a day to finish up everything. It depends on how your vibe is going, when you're writing your song to the music that you have. Sometimes there's music that's most of the time we write the music that we already have, and so. But I gotta tell you, I think that's a miracle in the process of doing that, because at the beginning stages of a song, you may hear some music first, and then you put that music down, and then you sit that aside for a while, and all of a sudden you start hearing lyrics to the music that you put down. And that's like the second part of the miracle. And then once you actually go to the studio and put down what you hear on the song vocally and lyrically, that's a miracle within itself. So which to me is another great experience on just watching something come to life. Bringing it to life is the biggest thing, because in the beginning, you could have nothing, and then you hear something, and then you put what you hear down. It's just, it's a miracle.
Wow. Thank you. Our third question is, what are the downfalls to being in a group?
That's the downfalls of being in a group. It's a group, but everybody has to be on the same page, and sometimes you have certain people who are in the group who are not on the same page with everybody else. So that's pretty much the downfall, because once that takes place, and then, you know, you get these other different types of contracts that you sign that you maybe you shouldn't have signed that contract. The only reason why maybe you shouldn't have signed the contract is because everybody wasn't on the same page, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that a lot of times that's the biggest downfall of being in a group. You know, it's a group, so it's not a solo situation. It's a group, so everybody has to be on the same page and voting for the same thing so that everything can work out for everybody, because it's a group.
Thank you for being an inspiration to Mac 4.
Oh, no. Thank you guys. You guys are wonderful, man. I like how you guys perform and how you guys pull it off on All I Do Is Think of You. I was very proud, and it touched my heart. I really want to thank you guys.
Our last question, how did y'all get your name Troop?
Oh, wow. Let me see. the name of the group, the name of the group actually came from Steve. We were sitting around, and he was watching this television show called F Troop, and we were thinking about other things to put in front of that. And it just didn't work out. So he just said, let's just go ahead and just be Troop. And we all said, yeah. And, you know, the funny story about that is that we had to hurry up and come up with something, because it was about within 3 days the record company was getting ready to release Mamacita. So we had to come up with something very fast. We had a lot of names in the beginning that, you know, that the label just said, you know, the label said no to, you know, to every name. You know, we had a lot of names, though. And so I guess with that one, that name stuck, and they kept it. They said, okay. We said, all right.
Yeah. Hey, Jon, people don't know about F True, man. Little kids, y'all don't know about that. Mm-hmm. They don't know about that F True.
F True is a television show that has a lot to do with art and stuff like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Jon Jon's my guest on Branded After Dark. I am Branded here with Jon Jon, and tell us a little bit about the project, man. What's the new thing going on with Troop right now?
The project is called These Days, which is, as a matter of fact, also, too, we're selling T-shirts. So if anybody that's out there that's listening, if you want a Troop, Not in a Million Years T-shirts, you can place your order, but you have to have a PayPal account, and just go to Strange Motel Music at gmail.com. strangemotelmusic@gmail.com. Place your order, leave your email address, and you will get an invoice. And I believe that the song Not in a Million Years is on the album These Days. The song Forever is going to be on there. It's a lot of, which the song Forever was produced by our nephew, Hit Boy. You know, Hit Boy has been all over the place, producing like Brandy and who else? He produced Beyonce. He produced. He's just everywhere. Kanye West, Jay-Z. He's all over the place. He's all over the place. He's producing everybody. So he's our nephew. So he's actually supposed to be doing a couple of more tracks for us. Chucky Booker. We got. Reunited back with Chucky again, so Chucky's going to be on the record. It's going to be a great album, but for right now, we're just going to keep on releasing these new records, these new singles. You know, a lot of
that's what's up. And you
single after single.
And you mentioned Chucky Booker, man. I ain't heard that name in a long time, man. For y'all to be able to get that man back into y'all arena, that's a good look, man. That is a good look.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Good look, talented for sure. And a quick one before I let you go, and I appreciate you hanging out with us on this Easter edition of Branded After Dark. Jon Jon is our guest, and you know, when it's all said and done, when you can like reflect, because I know you're still working, and sometimes it's hard to look back on your career when your career is still in play. But if you can kind of have an out-of-body experience as a head guy of such a iconic group, like what would it be that you would take that you can say, hey, you know what, we did this absolute, and you can be able to tell all the young listeners and the people that's trying to be able to hold legacies down, because, correct me if I'm wrong, Jon Jon, there's a difference between an empire built and the legacy that's left, in my opinion. Right. So what can you give these people, just a little bit about, if you reflect on your career as we speak right now in 2016?
I would just say to go ahead and to live your dream. You have to live your dream. I mean, if you're dreaming it, then it's possible. If you're dreaming to become that next, superstar, may have you to be a recording artist. I mean, it's okay to dream that, but to just make sure that that this is within your heart, and this is what that God has called you to, and you will be successful at it. Just and don't give up. Don't give up. You gotta keep on going. You gotta keep on going.
Amen to that. Amen to that. And in closing, man, I want to thank you for taking the time once again. And like I told you on off to the side, man, we got a lot of work to do, man. We got to get you back out here to the Bay. And then not just that, like, there's a lot of stuff that I know us as media, and I know you were talking about these boys, Mac 4, and how much you appreciate them, but I know they appreciate you as well. But there's a lot of people online logged in tonight, just showing that love. So we're going to continue to push that line, not just through tonight, but just period, man, because, I feel like as a media guy, ever since I started doing this, I feel like I owe y'all something, because y'all gave me, like, songs to, have the confidence to talk to women, bro. Like, I'm just saying, like, if it wasn't for certain songs, man, I would have been stuck. I would have been kind of having a hard time figuring it out, but y'all did that for your boys, so got to show that love, man.
Appreciate it. Well, thank you, man. Thank you, my man. That was much appreciated right there. Thank you, man.
Hey, come on, man. We owe you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not just on that, man. Like, hey, you know what? You need chauffeur work, man. Wash your car. I got you, bro. I got you.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
No, but you know what, hey, man. No, but I just love the legacy, man. That not too many groups can say that they are actually a legacy in motion, and the R&B group Troop is definitely that. I mean, you can put yourselves up there with some of the all-time greats, and to me, that's not something that you can take lightly. So we will forever appreciate you and hold you down, bro. That's what we do.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, man. I'll definitely be letting you know about everything about what we're doing.
Come on, man. I'll be at you as well, man. So we'll be at you, man. Hey, blessings to you. Send some positive love and well wishes to the rest of the group as well.
You got it.
Nexxlegacy.